What's going on, YouTube? What's happening? So I got a chance to watch the LeBron James, Steve Nash take about how they want the old heads to, you know, act like today's game is better than the 80s and the 90s. LeBron James then found 99 ways to Jimmy Jam the same song. Let me explain what I mean. All due respect to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who I think are one of the best songwriting production teams, but not the best in my opinion. But I like they stuff. A lot of their stuff sounded the same. You know, when you heard Tender Lover, it became Let's Wait a While. You know how you do 99 songs and they become one? You know the formula? That's what LeBron James does. He got a 99 way of saying the same thing, but always throwing diss. It wasn't that long ago he dissed Giannis, said Giannis would have scored 250 in the game in the 70s. Now he's taking on the 80s and the 90s, and they're saying the game is better than all this. You don't have no enforcers. You don't have guys that play a certain way. Let me tell you this. These two turkeys, who are great players, Hall of Fame, but overrated, overstated. LeBron James, you're 40, will almost be 41. You're not 21. You're sitting up here talking like you're the old timers. You've been in the league 2 decades. Steve Nash, you benefited from Mike D'Antoni's system, which is in part to today's system, but you still had that old system which put wood on your behind. You could not beat the Spurs. You could not play against a team that defended you. Remember when Kobe dunked on you and all you got was Jock, and you end up having to go join them and you were too old. You were not a top tier guard when Jason Kidd and Gary Payton and them were running things. You were not in that elite. You benefited from a great system. You benefited from a system that allowed more offensive maneuvering. Hey, guys be up here talking like they don't know. Listen, I never was the greatest fan of 90s basketball because I think after the halfway point, games got too slow in the scores. But they still played defense, and you still had some guys that were prolific, you know. But it was a different era. But the 80s is my favorite era. I think the 80s was my favorite. I get asked all the time, 80s basketball I like the best. Because everybody had identity. You still play physical. There wasn't no slowing the game down or one way. It was the funnest era. If I'm lying, rest in peace, Dr. Jerry Buss of the Lakers, because he when he let Phil Jackson go after 2010, he said he wanted speed. That's why he brought D'Antoni in. He wanted showtime. He did not like that slow down style of basketball. Respect to the triangle and all that. I like pace and speed. I did like the OOs for that. OOs brought me more life. The 90s had some moments, but I thought that it was more, even Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman alluded that it watered down. The expansion and everything.